Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the You Thrive channel. And we're excited today because we are introducing a new segment to our You Thrive channel with our lovely goddesses, our lovely tribal members. And it's going to get pretty spicy, okay? Because the topics, honey, they're going to range, right? So, this is now our celestial quantum healing segment. And so we want to introduce Miss Brady K, aka Sunanda, the Alchemist. Yes. And then we have dun, 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 Miss Goddess Jenita, aka the Phoenix Alchemist. So we want to welcome them to the channel, and we're excited because we're gonna be talking about a whole bunch of things. Well, they're gonna be talking about a whole bunch of things, okay? This is just an introduction, so y'all know who they be when they be popping up all over y'all screen, okay? Because I guarantee y'all it's gonna be interesting. And if you haven't yet, they got their own show, so y'all can go and get to know them individually and their own experience. And then so you'll see why this is such a wonderful collab. You know what I'm saying? Why they've been brought together. So we gonna keep it real spicy now. We're gonna be talking about some sexual things. We're gonna be talking about some herbs, literal herbs and spices. All things healing. You know what I mean? Energy healing, touch healing, because touch is very important when we're healing the body. Whether it's intimate touch or bioenergetics, all of these things, lymphatic massages, whatever. Clit massages, I mean, everything from one extreme and all in between. That's what we're going to be doing. Okay. So, Miss Janita, talk
Yes,
about
ma'am.
it. Give us a little bit of an introduction to what you kind of see, just a bit of what you kind of see this segment being for the people.
I see it uh, as everybody just learning a little bit of what we're going to be doing in the future. We're very excited about it. The different things that you're going to learn, and what we're going to learn too as we're teaching.
Mm.
So, since you said a little bit, so yeah, y'all going to learn a lot of good things as far as do you want me to go through the list of things or just a little smidge?
Just a little smidge. Go ahead, Miss Brady K.
Yeah.
Oh, the spotlight's on me now. Okay, okay. So for the podcast, we want to really touch people's lives in the way where they know that they're not alone in their trials, journeys, whatever you want to call it, of like sexual trauma. And like for me and Janita, we are really tapping into our process of how we're alchemizing what happened to us to better our lives. And so, if we can touch other people in sharing our processes and being open in our expression, like that's the highest choice for me anyway, is to just really help people in knowing that, like, yes, you can make a bad situation, like even rape or you know, whatever, even shit that's worse than like whatever sexual experience on any side of the spectrum you went through, like you can alchemize that in a way that's going to put you on a frequency to help other people and be in a higher vibration. And it doesn't have to mean that, it's a
Right.
bad
Use
thing
the
or anything like that.
situation to empower you. You know what
Exactly.
I'm
Yes,
saying? Instead of
use it to empower you. Yes, that's a great word for that.
and then have
Right.
fun doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Getting that
We're gonna
sexual
we're gonna
healing.
alchemize it.
This and that's why we got the alchemist here. And that wasn't done intentionally. This is what I'm saying about these two and their energy. You know, alchemy is just who they be. That's just how they live. You know what I mean? That's just what they do for real. You know?
yeah.
And so, as I said, go back and watch their shows so that y'all can get into really the extremities of the traumas that they have been through sexually, even just dealing with men, intimacy, close relationships, you know what I'm saying? And how now they are still these fun spirits, joyous beings. You know what I'm saying? Got a couple of things.
Embracing, embracing my sexual energy. Okay.
That right there, what you said.
Hello.
So having said all of that, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Because this is a thing, right?
It really is. I was.
Penises. I want to talk about penises.
Okay.
'Cause I feel like the people, I mean, as far as the men, they need to know. And as far as the women, they need to they need to express too. You know what I mean? They need to know they got support. Okay. So just here recently in our tribal meeting, I'm not sure who was on and who wasn't, but we were talking about penis sizes, and how it seems very common. It does. It seems very common that the short ones got big danglings.
Right.
The short ones
Smart men,
and the skinny ones. You know what
real
I'm
skinny.
saying? And then a
Mm-hmm.
lot of times the taller guys, like 6'2", over the 6'2" range, they just be a
Big
little
hands.
smaller.
Yeah. That's
So what I
what
want to
research.
know is, first of all, how is that data collection? Is that a fact in your life? And then two, which do you prefer? Big ones, little ones, medium ones.
Okay. Since I'll go first. I'll go first. Um, you know what? It definitely okay. It definitely depends on if they know how to use what they have. That's very important because you can have someone that is not well endowed but know how to rock it. You know what I'm saying? They know where to go, where to put it to hit all your points because all of us are different, and so how it'll work great. You have larger. I do prefer larger, but I've had plenty of irregular that has blown my brain out. So okay, and enjoy it and love it. But I have also had where you have larger, and some guys think that just because they're large, that that's all they need to have, and they may not really know what to do with it. And because a lot of women do not talk and express how they feel. People are, what I realize, a lot of people are just too scared to talk. And then I also realize that some people who do talk, they talk too much. Like you have to take people's consideration. Feelings into consideration. That's very important. Like even if a man is too small or not what you prefer, it needs to be told in a loving way, not some stank way that will ruin the man's life forever. That's not okay. We can't do that.
That's none
But
of our business, and we have no control over that. Okay.
Right.
that's just me. That's just how I feel. That's just me. because us women, we know we're very powerful. We're very powerful, and let's say a guy is being loving. I'm gonna put it in that area. Not a cocky guy who thinks he's all bad and just come with a stank attitude. I'm not talking about them, but the ones who come with a loving heart to you. And if it's not the way that you enjoy it or whatever you like it, then it needs to be communicated in a loving way,
Mhm.
not where the man gets tore down. Because us women are very powerful.
Okay, okay, okay. Yes, yes, yes.
Us women are very powerful, and whatever all we all also know, they are way more sensitive than we are, way more sensitive than we are, and we can literally destroy them. So I'm saying from that angle,
And
in a
then
loving
pause
way.
your wisdom really quick. Hold it right there. And you could also make that fun. You know what I mean? Where y'all have, if you're feeling like that and you kind of don't want to say so, you know what I'm saying? But the woman can also make this a game. You know what I mean? Where it's like, talk about it, intimacy, or whatever kind of creative title you come up with. But how much can we touch and feel on each other without penetrating each other and like, ooh, or can I make you come without getting on it type
Right.
situation. So that a way y'all are exploring each other's body, it opens the forum up for communication. Like,
Yeah.
oh, touch right here and do this, or touch right there and do, you know what I mean? You can give
Totally.
instruction. It's like a comfortable space for that.
Exactly. And also, um, it's important. I definitely want to say this, and I know I'm gonna say this on the show more than once. It's important that men understand that all of us women are different and we
Mhm.
all like different things. I don't care if the majority of women you've been with, they like it this particular type of way. The next woman might be like, I don't like that. That's that. I don't like what that feels. So they need to be open and don't think they have what I do pleases everybody. No, no. And she might not even say anything. And you thinking you just killing. She'll be like, so you need to take the time to find out how that woman is and what rings her bell. You got anything to say on that? In that area, Brady?
So the first question was about the penis sizes, and then which do you prefer?
Um, yeah. So just being totally transparent, the first line that came into my head was the love of BPC.
The what? Say that one more
So
time.
I want to be transparent on this podcast and not hold back, but I love a BBC girl. I love. And as far as the data that you just presented, like I have actually found the opposite. I do
Ooh.
not. If you're short like me, if don't try even talking to me if you're shorter than me. Like where's and I have yet to see a short guy with a big penis.
Really?
Um, I'm trying
Mm,
to think if I've encountered a tall man with a small penis yet. I
Ooh.
guess no, all of them are short. Like, wait,
wow.
no, okay, wait. Yes, there is one guy. It's like kind of, it's kind of short, but it's like thick.
Mm-hmm. He
You
got
know,
the
like
girth.
he
Mm.
got the thickness, but it's still like only maybe 6 inches hard, 7 if I'm being nice.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
So because let's get controversial. So with these men that you're speaking of, were they men of color, or are
yes.
you talking about
Do you not know what a BTC is?
She said,
big black penis? Wait, big
A
penis,
big black cock.
big black. Oh, the cock. That's what the C is. Okay, I'm like,
That's what this is.
okay, cock.
Yeah, so
I ain't
they're
saying that word.
um and you know what? Even the one white guy that I did date, he was tall and he had a large penis. So I don't know. I've never met a short guy with a large penis. Maybe. well, I don't know. The guy I'm dating right now is like very promising, so I might never have another penis again. Who knows?
Ooh, we didn't know Brady K was dating. All right, that's exciting.
That's funny. Now, as far as
Yes.
that's very interesting you saying that, Brady, because there's this person has is not alive anymore, so I can say I'm not going to say their name or anything, but I feel comfortable saying it because they are no longer they have transitioned. Okay, so this guy, and I've only been with black men. He was like almost 6'6", tall, tall, hands gargantuous, big old giant feet, and it was very shocking of how small he was. He was. I believe that he had a deform. In my mind, to me, I feel like it was a deformity because he was literally like the size of my middle finger, and that's to me was
Interesting.
yeah. That to me, I was like, that's not normal. You know, I think that's called micro penises.
It is.
Yeah,
It happened to me.
yeah.
it
And
happened
I
to
was
me.
totally shocked. And we didn't do anything because
I
for
didn't
me,
know. Oh my God. So, when I was younger, I used to do the touch test. You know what I'm saying?
uh,
But what had
right,
happened was, this dude was my friend. Like, we were really genuinely friends. And one night,
uh,
we had a little, you know what I'm saying, a little something, something to drink, you know what I'm saying? And
right,
he attractive. I'm attractive, So it's like, And so I didn't know. I didn't know. But that kiss was everything. Like, oh my God, juicy lips. You know how you just kiss. It's very rare, even in my life now, where I can look back and just remember a man where I just kissed and was like, you know what I mean? Like your whole body get activated. Just
right,
kiss. Like, oh my God. That's how it was.
right.
Then the foreplay was everything. It was everything. And then he was tall. And when he got, when we started getting into it, I was like, are we having sex? Like, I thought he was finger bang. And then I mean, using a small, like, not even, can we get a middle finger, a thumb? Like, I was,
No.
yeah, I was like, he's inside of me. So, you squeeze real tight, like,
Right, 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 right.
oh my. But everything else was so good. I did go back in for two or three more times. I did. Because everything else was so good. And the foreplay lasted a very long time. You know what I mean? And I don't know. But yeah, I didn't know that it could be so small.
Right,
I
right.
didn't.
Yeah, micro penises. So I know for the men who have micro penises, I know that's very disappointing for them, but they have what they have, right? There's actually
Dude was
women
good
who
at everything else he did though.
exactly, and of course he had to be. That was very important. He needs to be excellent in the other areas to make up for that, right there. And so, but then you got women out there
That love
who
small penises.
exactly that's
They
good
do.
for. You know what I'm saying? So it's
I
just
mean,
that didn't work for me. That didn't work for me. So I did not have sex. I was like, I didn't even want to go through the process. But that's me.
I I know I just laughed when you talked about like it's unfortunate for men who have micro penis because every man that I've encountered with a small penis, and I'm talking like small penis, acted like their shit was fucking ginormous. I'm the King Kong of dinglings. Like, so I want to know who these guys are that are ashamed of their small people because I never encountered, like, I don't know who lied to you growing up. But whatever. Good for your confidence. Thank you. You're welcome. Whatever. That's so interesting. How, um, experiences are so different for people. Like, cause I'm telling, like, Yeah, every little penis I encountered acted like they were a big King Kong.
Hmm.
That's funny you say that, Brady, because the one that I'm talking about, he had been married in the past, right? And so we were friends too. April, we were also friends, right? Didn't think that we would ever get to that point, right? And so so he was talking about it. He was he was talking in his marriage. He's like, I don't understand what was wrong with her. I mean, I'm average size. This is what, and he was like, and she must want like a King Kong dick or something because I don't understand why she has a problem with mine because mine is average. So then when I saw it, I was thinking, so has he not been in the gym? But you go to school, they got a shower in front of each other, and I guess he's never seen any kind of porn in his life or something. And so I was so confused that he literally thought that he was average because you can just go online and look up what's average. That's like 5 to 6 inches. But when you way below that, but you still feel that you're average, either he was fooling himself or he literally just didn't know. But the way he was talking to me was like, I just understand what her problem was. Now, I didn't say that. Okay, I'm going to be honest, y'all. I didn't say nothing to him about it at all. I just was like, I got out of having sex.
Yeah, like the intuition that comes to me is just that, some guys are just that narcissistic that and I have attracted so many narcissists.
I could see that.
So many. Oh, I am grateful that I have bettered the lives of many men with my vagina because I know for a fact that their lives are better after having some of my energy in it.
Yeah.
And that's what I have. That's the story that,
Like that's the story I'm telling. That's what it is.
yeah, call me John Michael Montgomery, but that's my story and I'm sticking to it.
Like, oh boy, with the average size penis, and he's like 4 inches. That's the story
Yeah.
he's telling himself, and it's true. When you tell yourself a story for long enough, you do believe it. So I do believe that in his mind, that was a very true story because he had been telling himself that lie long enough. But whatever you need to tell yourself, I mean, because think of that as a man, it's got to be a hard situation.
Yeah, especially
Hard.
when
Pun
like
intended.
society makes portrays it to be as like you have to be this, buff masculine guy who's, like Superman,
The
like
King Kong dingaling. But as we said, there are women that do not like I know women that don't like big penises at all.
Too.
Like
I do
they
too.
don't give a fuck, no hold, like no. Like and I can second that because when I was younger I used to be like big dicks. And then I was after a while I was just like no. Like not like it's like the porridge. The bowls of porridge. Like I want them
Right, right, right. It goes
just
right.
right.
Right, right, right,
Like,
right. And it's the truth of what you just said. Everybody has their own just right.
yes.
No, it's not. It's not. I feel like it's
yeah,
not average. It's whoever you are. Yours just right is yours just right.
I think like
that
8 inches is like, cause too
and for
much, like,
some,
cause the positions, it'd be too much. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like having to think about, like, damn, his dick too big. Like, I can't do that. Cause, then it gonna hit my cervix. Like that. And if you hit that that shit hurts. Like, yo, I didn't, yo, I wish I had a camera because I know I looked crazy as hell, hitting it from the back and boom, that nigga hit my cervix and I crawled away like, like fast as hell. I was like, ow. And I just laid there. I was like, no, Like I was so mad. That shit hurted so bad. And then the legs up, I used to be super dumb, like flexible. You know what I mean? And so it's
Yeah.
like you can't put your knees behind your fucking head because that shit hurts. It hurts. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like it took some of the exploration out when it was too big. And then I had somebody who was not even this old. This is when I was making a transitional phase because like sometimes when you're a younger woman, you could do an older dude. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But this dude was around only a couple of years older than me, and was I in my 30s? Maybe I was a young 30. Maybe I was like, I don't know, child. But anyway, I was young, younger. And he was only a couple of years older than me. And he had a beautiful penis, perfect size, everything. But I would notice sometimes, like, there are levels of hardness.
Yes.
You know
Yes.
what I mean?
Yes.
And a lot of times, most of the time, like, it just wasn't strong, strong. Like, it was hard enough, but it wasn't.
Rock hard.
And it's
Right.
like, yeah, rock hard. Like, why you got this big old thing? And it's almost like,
Right.
so that'd be the problem too with them big old penises. I'm just saying.
Well, just like, I mean, everybody has, we have emotional blockages. And yeah, I've encountered that too, where it's like this big old penis that just can't stay hard. Like, I'm talking, like, it's just, you
Right.
know, and
And it wasn't an older
it's
gentleman.
not,
He wasn't on
no,
heart medication, diabetic.
younger than me.
So that's another discussion,
And I'm 42.
as energy healers around this joint. It's
Yeah.
like, because when it's not something, that's produced by these pharmaceuticals, you know
Hmm.
what I mean? Like, okay, so with the dude that you had, what did you notice about his emotional state or like what was going on with him? Because the dude that I had, now that you say that, he had mommy issues, and oh, we had a lot of power struggles that I didn't know I was in. Like I used to tell him, like, why are you trying to exercise your power over me, dude? Like I'm a whole woman, you a man. Like I don't even want to be a man. Like, and I feel like, you know what I mean? Like, and then but he did also have mommy issues when we got to the core because I can bring it out of people. I was like, what is your problem? And he was like, you just remind me of my mom. I was like, weird. But let's go deeper, And at points he would feel like she was weak. You know what I'm saying? And so with me, it was a mixture of both. Like because I'm a very traditional, my Mercury's in Taurus, so I think traditionally. So I can be super submissive. You know what I'm saying? In certain spaces and really letting the man take the lead. And so, that's when I would feel that raw. You know what I'm saying? But in
Hmm.
some spaces, I am definitely the alpha female. I ain't about to play with you type of situation, But dude had mommy issues. What did you notice in yours?
Um, I only know a little bit about any background stuff, but possible daddy issues because I know his dad was not like completely in his life and used drugs.
Okay,
And,
same with the other
and,
dude. His dad
and
wasn't a
his
druggie, but he
mom
was in the.
also, his mom also used drugs too, but she was like there every day, roof
Mhm.
over the head,
His
took
mom
care,
was too.
like did her best, even though she had a drug problem.
He was one of those that was actually
Um,
mad at his mom
he
for
went to
staying with
prison for a
dad.
long time.
He was what?
He was in prison for like 6 years or 8 years, something like that.
Okay. Has that happened to you, Janita? Or you've just been fortunate?
Have no, that's happened also. Um, for me, the reasons would be health issues to go. for,
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
But I mean, with these guys, like with the one particular, like his health was pretty good. You know what I'm
but it was
saying?
as far as, but it was literally for me, would literally it only be because of health issues. It wasn't because of
Okay.
any
Well,
kind of emotional thing. Go ahead.
health issues are also energy
Yeah, the
blockages
body
too.
is not at ease.
Saying.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like one of them, it was because blood pressure medications,
Yeah.
stuff
That's what I
like
mean,
that.
besides the meds.
Yeah. So, but so yeah, it's not like it's been a lot with that issue at all. So just a teeny itty bitty micro few that I have that had that issue with, it'll be a health issue. That's it. Everybody else was straight.
Oh, what about curved ones?
You know what? I've had that, and you know what had to happen? My body had to adjust to it because
What
at
do
the
you
beginning I was
mean?
like, "Oh, this is weird," but my body, like I literally, you know how us our wonderful vaginas will mold to what you continuously have. So my
Oh.
my vagina molded to it.
I feel like you just kind of got to like do the helicopter on that thing, like keep spinning until it hits the spot. And then once you
That's
find that spot, you're like, oh, okay, so I gotta sit diagonal on this thing, and like, and
yeah,
then it's
yeah.
it's hitting a clitoral wall type situation. It's, what do you think about that?
It depends on how curved it is too, I guess. Depending on what type of curvature you dealing with. You got some little curves, some curves are serious. So I haven't had like ridiculous curves.
I've never
Like
had a curve.
Oh,
she said, like, man, I missed out.
I'm
No, because I heard
it
it's a
can be
great
very
thing.
it can be very good, honestly. Because every curve I've encountered has been a good.
See what I'm saying? I heard it's lit. I heard having a curved one is lit. Like,
But
hitting
also,
that wall.
like in my vagina, my G spot is like on the top. So if you're not big enough to hit that top, you ain't gonna hit the top.
Now that's funny. So so what you're saying, Brady, is your particular curve that you dealt with must have went up. Mine didn't. Mine went sideways.
Mm,
It just depends on the position you're in.
yeah.
Because even those sideways ones, honey, can
I mean, it was good. It was just my vagina had to adjust to it not being straight. So it just did. It just adjusted to the point where it didn't even feel like it was curved anymore.
Mm.
mm.
I like
Okay,
how
so you so
Simone.
tiny, you can just straighten that shit out. Okay, heard you.
Now be clear. I mean, just like okay. Also, for instance, right? So our bodies, depending on how if it's not too big, right? But let's say big, right? Our body will adjust to it. In the beginning, it might be like woo, but after a while, it'll adjust. And just like if you end up being with somebody long term and they're smaller, your vagina will adjust. It literally feels like to me, it feels like the cervix comes down forward to adjust the space, and the vagina will tighten. So therefore,
Mm.
it'll still satisfy because our vaginas adjust to the penis that it has. I mean, okay, to a degree. You know what I'm saying?
No,
My vagina,
yes. I never thought about that on a conscious level. Because I was
yeah,
Yeah.
yes,
not small, but not
yeah, not tiny,
big either. You know what I mean? Sometimes I was wishing it was a little bigger, you know, for a
right,
while. But I do
right.
remember that, down the line, it did get to the point to where it was enough, you know? And now that you put me in that headspace, I thought that it was about, the attraction. But now that I think about it, like, yeah, the 90 did kind of mold to that thing. Yeah,
Yeah,
that makes sense.
exactly. That's what we do. We powerful.
That's interesting.
Because even like for instance, for example, let's say you have your partner, and let's say they're just a little below average, hypothetically, right? And your body has molded to it, right? And let's say regular on your back, different positions like that. But you can literally go into doggy style, even I'll even say up to 8 inches. But you can go into doggy style, and your body has to adjust for the doggy style. Where okay, let me speak for myself. I can't speak for y'all bodies. Okay, I gotta speak for my own vagina. Where sometimes it might have to, like, okay, let's say I'm doing a missionary, right? So my body is receiving it and is molded to that, right? And then if I then with doggy style, it's like
Well,
my
your
my
your cervix is your vagina is also on a different angle, so of course it's gonna.
right. And so, but as the doggy style is progressing, I can feel, not all the time, it's all the time, but I can feel where it's like, ooh, hold up, let's relax a little bit more, and then I'll feel my body, I will feel my no,
I
I will
know
feel
what you
my cervix,
mean.
yeah, I'll feel
I
my
know what you
cervix go,
mean. Because remember, we're
you know,
talking about the one that's a little below average. She's talking about doggy style. Yeah.
well, actually, you know what, even up to 8. Now that I think about it, even up to like 7 or 8, I realize that I adjust, because like let's say it, turn over and then starts the doggy style. It's like my cervix is pushed up because it in the position we were at first, and then as we go a little bit, then I feel it back up, and then everything's fine.
Interesting.
Yeah, the adjusting.
Magical coochies.
Girl,
Love the human body and how everybody is different. It's just so interesting.
it is,
It
it
is.
is.
It's really fascinating.
It is, especially since she's more of this like succubus vampiric aspect of Lilith. You know what I mean? So, I'm just collecting data. That's very interesting to me.
Yeah, yeah, very interesting. It's very interesting.
Mhm.
Well, the
And
cervix.
to learn these things that April said recently in my life in the past couple of weeks, to learn what she said that I learned about myself is like, oh, that makes a lot of sense.
And the cervix is our portal, so you know the portal has to adjust, get closer to whatever it's trying to, get energy from.
Oof, I was. That's how I got pregnant, yeah. Oh
Yeah, God bless the babies.
man.
Yes,
Oh. Okay, so just real quick, because this is just a real quick, interesting question. So, Janita,
yes,
you have
ma'am.
a couple babies, not a couple, several. Couple mean two, but you got several. Okay. When I usually say
Mhm.
couple, it means several. Um, but so before I had a child, this used to be so interesting to me, and I'm not even gonna lie. I was kind of like, yeah, right, bitch. But women would be like, I know when I conceived my child, like this and this night, I knew when I got pregnant.
Uh,
Did you have that experience with any of your children?
nope.
It's the eye roll for me. Like,
I had to go through the list. I had to go through the list. No, no,
It was
no.
always a surprise when you found out.
Oh, a shocking, extreme surprise for every single surprise. And I had my children. I had my children early. So like my first child, I've had 5 pregnancies, 3 live children. So I've had 2 miscarriages. So my first one's 15. So I definitely didn't know that I was pregnant, until that happened. And then, so nope. And then my second pregnancy with my oldest son, I was 18. And then I had a miscarriage. Oh, wait. And then my middle daughter, no, definitely didn't know. And then after her, I had a miscarriage. I got pregnant. Nope. And then my baby girl, no, y'all, everything was a surprise. Like, what? Yeah, no,
Oh,
no.
you
I
you
wish
love surprises. So-
I have a clue. And then, oh yeah, and then my silly tale. When I was since I started out so young, I was doing like withdrawal. No. What you call it?
Pull
What you
out.
call it? No, the rhythm method, when you only get pregnant a certain amount of times, like, like on your, like, okay, so on your app, if y'all have a period app,
Hell no,
your
I ain't never heard of it.
No.
okay, so like you ovulate at a certain
Oh, the
time.
ovulation. Okay, that's a good way to put it. Rhythm. Okay.
And so the window is normally 3 days that you can get pregnant out the month. Now, of course, you can get pregnant a little before that, a little bit after that, but there's this peak time of when you get pregnant. So when I was having sex as a teenager, I literally had it switched, y'all. I had it the opposite. And so my crazy butt was like, okay, I had my period, so my eggs are gone, right? That's what I was thinking. And so I
Um,
was like, so I can have sex with my period because my eggs are gone. They're not gonna come. They're not gonna come down until later. No, and that's how
look. Oh.
because I did the opposite. And so like with my daughter, uh, uh, um, he would say, you said I know my body. I ain't gonna get pregnant. I was wrong as all get out. But I'm so glad she's here. I love her to pieces. That's how my grandchildren from is her. She was
Wow.
coming through regardless.
That might. Yeah, well, it
Yeah.
happened to me. Look, the things that I noticed that in life, the things that I really questioned, or, it was almost like sending out a rocket of desire. Like, I want to know. And then it'll fucking like happen to me. And I'll be like, no, I really didn't want to know that bad. Like, damn, I didn't want to know it enough to live it. You know what I'm saying? Although my daughter was playing. Um,
Okay,
I
she
knew
was.
the
Okay.
night that I got pregnant. She was planning. Like, I had a conversation in December with her dad, but we were gonna wait a year. You know what I'm saying? So I had the conversation in December. I got pregnant in February.
Okay.
So that's what
That
I
might
mean
have
by
nothing to do with it.
it
That
wasn't
might
exactly on but she definitely was manifested. I'm gonna say that intentionally. But the night that she was conceived, I was very clear on because I said it. I said, "Damn, we made a baby." He felt it too. And then I swear to God, like a couple of weeks later, because we kind of had at this point we kind of had a very weird dynamic between us. And I just remember him laying on my stomach. I was like, why are you laying on me like that? Like I'm pregnant or something. You're weird, you know? And he just had his head like, I was like, we haven't had this kind of intimacy in a while. Like, weird. But yeah, it was confirmed in the back of my head. I was like, I might be fucking pregnant. Then I went to Jamaica. I should have known. I was peeing every second. Thank God I wasn't drinking liquor no more, but I was trying to drink wine. I could not catch a buzz to save my life. And then I couldn't keep drinking wine. Like usually, when I'm trying to get a buzz, honey, I'm gonna drink that. But it was like after a few cups, I was just like, nah, I'm good. And I couldn't catch a buzz and I had to pee every 15 minutes. And then I came back and I thought I was like, I think I got the cancer. I was like, my head hurt. Every day I was waking up feeling like I had a hangover. You know what I'm saying?
Interesting.
For like 2 weeks, my head was spinning. Then after that, I started getting migraines and shit. I was like, I got the cancer. Then I took a pregnancy test and I was like, oh, I'm pregnant. Yeah, it's crazy.
The tumor was growing inside you, though.
It was a little one in that thing. I had no idea.
Uh,
Yes.
And then it
I've
was
met
so funny on vacation. I was like, my stomach looked big. I was like, I gotta lose some weight.
That's
I
so funny.
was pregnant.
I've met, have y'all met men who knew. I've met plenty of men who was like they knew. They were like, oh, I know when I got whoever pregnant. They knew the second it happened, and the
You
woman
know
ended up getting
what's funny about that is my uncle said that he used to get morning sickness.
that does happen with some men because they like it's like some type of I guess it might even matter how close you are or not, but how men will go through some of the symptoms with the women.
Yes, my uncle used to get morning sickness. He was like, man, I be on my way to work and I just have to pull over and just throw up real quick. Like it was a normal thing for like the first 3 months. He was just throwing up, like he would have morning sickness. Yes,
And was she also having her morning sickness too? They was having it
yes,
together.
yes.
That's interesting. So
He
for
was
at
just
least
on his way to work. She was at home.
two of my pregnancies, I went through that stage where people feel like they have the flu.
Hmm.
I had
I've heard
complete,
of that too.
yeah, for two of my pregnancies. That was
Brittany, have you ever
not fun.
felt that way with any of your siblings? Because I know siblings go through that too, where you felt any of their symptoms while they was pregnant or having babies. Look at
You're
Brittany.
talking to me?
Look at Brittany's face. Like, hell nah. Thank God.
You know what's so funny is that there's 7 kids in my family, 4 girls. None of us have kids. My brother has kids. I I don't feel I didn't feel anything when my sister-in-law got pregnant. You know what I'm saying? Like
Oh
no, I
wow.
but yeah, my mom got pregnant early. She was 19, and when you know, like I remember growing up just hearing her say all the time, like, "Don't get married, don't have kids until
So she
you
instilled
your
it in
life
her
together."
girls. They was like, we ain't having them babies.
Yeah, and like my oldest sister, she don't want nothing to do with kids. She got 2 dogs that she swear up and down are her
Them
kids.
her
And they're
babies.
our nephews and all that. We gotta call them their nephews, whatever. Anyway, um, but no, and my 2 older sisters, they don't have none of us have had kids yet. So, but
But y'all
yeah,
really listen to y'all mama. I know that's right.
she has
That's
very strong spiritual powers that she doesn't even understand.
Yeah, my mama, that's how I was with my mama. Like my mama instilled in me when I was a little one. Like I was 9 and 10 and she used to repeat to me. Especially I had a cousin that came and stayed with us and she had a little one. She was only 16 and she used to pay me she used to pay me in joints to watch the baby. And my mama was like, see how she can't do nowhere. She can't do shit unless she got a babysitter. This how you want to be? And then I'll never forget, I got caught kissing my little boyfriend back then in the alley and everything. We was kissing and stuff. And she was like, how you think sex starts? With kissing. I'm like, damn. But she drilled that in me tough from like 9 all the way to until she found out I was on birth control. Like you have a baby, it's gonna ruin your life. But then that was so weird though too, because when I got on the birth control, these illegal motherfuckers, and it was Planned Parenthood. I was upset about that. They called the house. Now, when they know that you're under 18, they ain't supposed to make no announcements. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? Like they're
right.
supposed
I
to
thought it was the other way. I thought if you're under 18, they have to tell your parents.
no,
No,
If you're over 18, no, they don't have
no,
to. But
no,
under 18, you're a minor. They had to tell your parents. That's
no.
what it was in Minnesota.
No, it
not
wasn't
where I
like
was
that where we
from.
was at.
The clinic and stuff. No, they ain't tell nobody nothing. Everything was anonymous, basically. Mm-mm. It was like a haven to go to. Your parents didn't know what was
Exactly.
going on.
Exactly. You go get your birth control, your abortions, all that shit. Planned Parenthood. Yes, ma'am. So the bitch called, and trust me, I called in complaint. I did. I was 15. Shit. Um. So yeah, I had went and got on birth control, like she always told me to do. You know what I'm saying? When you start having sex, make sure you get a birth. So I consider myself being responsible and everything.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right.
They told me, so I never get, I'm coming home from school. She like, yes, I got a phone call today. And I'm like, okay, mama. And she like, I got a phone call today saying that April Bassett needs to come pick up her motherfucking birth control. And I was like, I was like, they told you that over the phone? Look, I'm pissed off because they told her that.
Right,
I'm not thinking
right.
she was gonna have a problem with it. She was like, "Don't bring that shit up in my house." Da, 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 da. I was like, "What kind of sense did that make?" So you want me to get pregnant? Because I'm not gonna not have sex. Like I'm already doing it.
So she did not have sex. She wants you to have so much control that you don't have it at all.
Right, she was so mad. She was so mad. But anyway, yes. So no, I didn't have children. And then I thought I wanted children. And then I used to always say I had 6 kids. Then 6 kids went to 4 kids. And then once I actually got in my 20s, I was like, I don't think I want no kids. I'm not lying. It didn't hit me up until a few years ago where I was teeter tottering with it because I was like I could kind of see me not having no babies. You know what I'm saying? Like I could see it for real. And then I was just like, but it'd be cool. Everybody be like, you wouldn't want a little April. I was like, why do y'all keep saying little April? If I have babies, it's gonna be a boy. And then it just hit me like one day out of nowhere. I mean, like a left, like a right, boom. I think I want a baby. Every time I seen a kid, a commercial with a kid, anybody talking about it, I was like, oh God. I remember I was with my child's father. We in the stove, and there was this little girl. She was so cute and they holding. I was like, I want a baby. Like, I was so emotional about it. Like that clock had ticked and it talked. And I sat him down. I was like, I really want a baby. I want a baby. I don't care what it takes. I want a baby. It was so bad. I asked my sister, I said, sis, what if my eggs is old, child? I said, sis, am I going to be able to pay you and you going to carry the baby for me? And she was like, of course. I said, you better than me. I love you so much. Don't ever ask me to do that because I would not do that shit. I would not. I would not do that for nobody. I'm
I
sorry.
love your transparency.
I'm not having no baby for nobody. I admire women that do that. I know a couple women that do the surrogacy thing. You know, I give thanks and honor to that because I'm not that chick. I ain't doing it. No, ma'am. Especially I didn't had a baby before. No, mm-mm. I ain't doing it. I ain't even want to do it for myself. I think if I had the smoney's, I would have paid the bitch. Like eggs good and all and everything. Like, yo, check this out. No, I'm just playing. You know, like also for real shit though. I think even as superficial as I can be sometimes, I did enjoy the latter part of my pregnancy. You know what I'm saying? When I really got out of my head and the loss of control of your own vessel. You know what I'm saying? Because I was pushing the 40 when I had the baby. You know what I mean? So I've been used to operating a certain way. You know what I mean? And so you can't tell your body what to do. Your body telling you what to do, how to do it, when to. I mean, it was times I would look at my stomach and me and her, I'd be like, look, little chick, you ain't running shit. And she'd be like, oh, really, mommy? I'm running shit. I'm running
Give me
shit.
your
Like you
rib. Give me your
sleepy,
rib.
you eating weird ass shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't about it, and about it like you used to be no more. You know what I mean? When you want to be about it, right. You ain't that. Like you are not in control. Like I really learned how to surrender being pregnant. Like, but after I let everything go, I had a magical experience. Like I was that chick, go in the store, you know, people like, oh, you saw, come here. You know, I was that chick, come here. Her name is Priya Alexandria. Yes, it's a girl. You know, I was that chick all. You know, it was almost like walking around the store like it was a camera, like I was Miss America all fucking day long. Every time I stepped outside, I'm not exaggerating. That was my attitude after like 30 weeks. Yes. I was,
Yes.
hi, my name is April. I'm pregnant. You want to touch my belly? Like, it was
That's-
that and the moving around and you get so familiar with being uncomfortable after a while. Pregnancy pillows are amazing. And having to pee 50, 11, 20 times. And then what killed me too is, you know, in the beginning when you start having to pee a lot, you like, I'm gonna drink less water. Don't ever do that. Because you're still gonna pee a lot. And then if it's so terrible when you have the urge to pee a lot. Like you feel like you're about to go in there and pee gallons. And then you go in there and it's like, psst. I came in here for little droplets.
I remember them days.
It's a waste
That's
of
funny.
toilet paper. We just letting you know what you're getting ready for, Brady K. It's gonna be so interesting. But I feel like you're gonna be in such a love nest. Like I can see it all over you now. Brady's gonna be in love. Like
that's that's my highest choice.
yeah, I feel like Brady's gonna be in love.
What if you were right now? Wouldn't that be interesting? Is that a
Wouldn't it?
possibility?
Because she's glowing like she is.
Right? Is that a possibility, Brady? She's thinking. I don't know.
Oh, I think my phone froze, but no, just gosh, I said I was completely transparent on here, didn't I?
You did.
Oh, I mean, it is a possibility.
I am so excited. I'm so excited. That's just what
But
I'm so
I mean, I just had sex like literally the other night, so I don't know.
right. Oh, well, you must have. So you must have thought about it then. It must have crossed your mind. She's not ready. It's okay. You don't. I'm not gonna force
No,
you.
like this is why we're doing this is because we need to be with people who are supportive of us to be ready, to be ready, to be ready, right? And yeah, I just had to take responsibility for the things that I do. And yes, I had unprotected sex, and there is a possibility. So yeah,
Okay, this scene, this is so inappropriate, but appropriate because it's me. So I don't know why. As you were saying that, I don't know if y'all ever seen House of Lies back in the day or whatever. House of Lies. Oh gosh.
yeah,
You seen it? So, you know, Doug, the character Doug, the white boy that they always punking into doing shit. Remember when he get married? He gets married and his girl is she wants a baby real bad. So she own him. She know when she ovulate and all that. So one night they getting down and he's like almost a little terrified because everything's moving so fast, right? So he just be pretending to come. So they go on a business trip and they on a plane, right? And she's mad. She's so mad at him. And so she talking shit in front of everybody on the plane. And she like, fuck that. She's like, and I know you're faking your orgasm. This the part that blew me. I almost fell out. She was like, I know what a hot load feels like. And when she said that, that shit popped in my head. I almost said, did you get a hot load?
oh, that's so funny. No, I make it pull out, and I mean, I don't know if we want to talk that freaky on here. We
Why not? I'll
I
just start channeling Akasha.
I know,
I
right? I know what you're trying to say. We get it. If you, I mean, that's hilarious. She likes
Yeah,
to
I like
pull
it when they come on me.
Oh, what's wrong with that? We like it too.
Yeah, yeah, I'm just like, I've never
Like a
said it
face
out loud
mask.
before outside of the bedroom, you know? So, but since that's what we are bringing to the You Thrive coaching channel is the podcast where we can be open and honest about, and every guest that comes on, we're all about transparency, open, honest conversations, and not being ashamed of what we like,
Of course.
you know? And if I like to rub cum on my chest when I'm having sex, I like that.
I love it. Look at her. I just think it's so. He's like, I said it. I love
Uh,
it. That's hilarious.
Oh wow! I just had like this, like
Wave of peace.
kind of like light wave, which like this wind just blew through me and like blew a bunch of shit away.
ooh.
Does
No,
that
but
make
I was gonna say to help you get more comfortable, but I'm glad you did that. Because I was gonna
Yeah.
say, you know how people ask if you swallow, and
Yes.
like, I mean, I will, I'll take it like a shot, I'd be like, but most of the time I don't because I like to play with it. Like, you spit it back down and, I like to rub it on my face and rub it back on them. And I like how sensitive they are. It's like, like I really like to play with it. Like, so no, I don't really swallow. I play with it.
Yes, that's fun too.
Yeah, I do. But for visual purposes, because men are usually super visual. Like I do like to play with it, but I'll take one for the team. Just, like a shot. But I don't prefer it. I prefer to play with it.
Yeah, I don't prefer swallowing. I prefer rubbing it in like lotion on my body.
Yeah, me too.
She's like, my skin is so soft.
It
I
puts the lotion
mean,
on the skin.
oh, that's hilarious.
Funny.
Yeah. My apologies. These movie clips are coming. It's usually songs. Today is movies and shows.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
My eye keeps running. This is hilarious.
Mine is too. This usually like never happens to me. It's been happening all
I know
day.
because the air is going straight into my face, even though it's comfortable, but I know that's what it is. I'm like, man,
So what about because y'all actually have chi-chis, okay? So I mean, unfortunately, you know. What about the whole titty
oh, yeah.
fucking thing?
Well,
You know? Or should I say or titty sex?
This guy asked me, he's like, he's like, would you consider, like, he's like, you have really great boobs. Like, can we, like, would you ever do titty sex or whatever he said? He just said it so anyway.
Titty fuck. Usually that's what they
Yes, yes, that there you go, titty fuck. And I was like, well, I have done it before. I'm like, why is that? Do you want to do that? Like, is that something?
Yeah.
And he got all like, oh no, I was just talking about, I was just like
what you
trying to
video
play it
for?
off like he didn't really want to have sex because I told him I was on my period, and then all of a sudden you want to talk about titty fucking? Like, get the fuck out of here! I know you want to do it. Just admit it.
Right. And
Like
so
this
now
is
you really ain't
me
getting
to be
none.
like, like that's the one thing that gets me is like the guys who like wait for you to be like, oh yeah, let's, so they can be like, oh, you're the one who suggested it, so you're the one who wanted it, so you can't say shit to me when I fucking just leave you and don't ever call you again.
Yeah,
You know
no.
what I'm saying? Like,
Look, I don't like that.
so manipulative.
Sexually, I don't like I can be aggressive, but Sexually, I don't usually like to be the aggressor.
Yeah,
I
me
do.
either.
I
It kind of
do.
turns me off a little bit.
Yeah,
I
Or
I
feel
don't like
maybe
that
I shouldn't say
either.
the aggressor, the initiator. No, sexually
Yeah,
is different for me though. Because
I
I'm a,
like when a man is like, a man, like not like, don't be like totally aggressive, like rape me, but like,
I mean, I'm
you
not
know,
trying to like rape me.
start kissing me and like, rub my booty, like stuff like that.
But I mean, you like for them to initiate it though, right?
Yes, yes, that's how I like it initiated, I should say.
What about you, Nina? You look like a pouncer.
I am a pouncer.
I'm gonna take that thing.
I
God.
do. That's true. That's very true information. Yeah, I like. I do like being in control. I mean, I like them being aggressive too. That is important. I do like that. But if they're not, let's say if they're like more shy type of character, I'm not. I'm not gonna be shy. I'm not gonna be shy at all. If I want to do stuff, I'm gonna do it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I like it. It's like it
That
feels,
bird dog. Ooh.
yeah, it feels powerful, and I like that.
Mm.
I like that. I like feeling in control and seeing the reactions and all that stuff. That I'm the one that's doing this and taking them to the level that they have never been to before.
Mm.
I like that.
We like it.
It's fun.
Yeah,
That's fun to me.
as you're saying that, I'm noticing your last name, which is Sherrod,
Yes.
and I'm seeing it as like a she-rod, like
Mm,
she-rod. Like
very
you're just
interesting.
like, right.
Mm.
That is very interesting. And
Mm.
also, like I said, I had got a reader who can tell you about your past lives, and I had said this on another on the it might have been in one of our Zooms with the group, but with the vortex, but um I've always felt that masculine energy,
Mhm.
right? I've been feeling that a strong masculine energy in me. So for years, I was like, I really felt like I was a man in my past life. Once I learned about past lives, and I was like, I really felt like I was a man in my past life. I really, really felt like I was a man. And so when I got the particular reading, she told me that, and I'm not saying it's 100% true, but I know
Right.
how what it feels like. But and I didn't ask her anything. She just let me know. She was like, you were a man in your past life, the one before this one, and she said I was a Mexican man. And she said, and so which is interesting. We know, like on average, Mexicans have a whole lot of children, right? How about I didn't have any, no children. I was like a cattle rancher or something like that in like the Texas, Mexico area, around that
Mm.
area. But when she said it, I got so excited because
It felt
of
like
that.
confirmation.
Yes, and I was like,
Mhm.
oh, I knew it, And then I was born in Texas, and she said a lot of my
Incarnations.
reincarnations have come in the Texas Mexico area for a long time,
Mm.
and so that was awesome. She didn't know I was from Texas. She knew nothing about that, so it was just like all these confirmations, and so um I think that's also why I have that dominance type way that I am sexually. Not like I just take over completely. I mean, I might sometimes, you know what I'm saying? But that energy, I know, let me act like I don't be taking over sometimes a lot. But anyway, but I, I feel that masculine energy of I totally understand what the men like. It's like it's a knowing in the back. I know what I liked when I was a man. I'm not even realize
Yeah.
that's what it is. You know what
No,
I'm saying? I know what
yeah.
I like. And so uh
And the enforcer, got to think about masculine energy and like what it is as far as, from a cosmic universal standpoint.
right. So I had a
Well, who
partner,
doesn't like that sometimes? You know, the
right?
enforcer.
And they were like, because I told them I was a man in my past life, and they was like, I can tell. And they talk about it like, I like that you were. Now they 100% love women, don't want a
No,
man
of
at all.
course. Of
But
course.
it's the way that I am. It's like I understand how they tick. Understand. You know, they don't have to tell me anything. I'm very. It's a big deal to me to be the best that anybody has ever had. That is like a big deal. That is so big to me. So that's like my goal all
Mm,
the time. I want to be number one.
Are
mm.
Period.
you the best you ever had?
Say again.
Are you the best you ever had?
Am I the best I ever had?
To
Mm.
yourself, yeah.
Wow, I never even thought about that. Let me. Am I the best that I ever had?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like because for a long time I was out there trying to be the best I could to everybody else as well. And I forgot about myself and being the best I could to myself.
Yes, in my 40s, that's when I tapped in more of myself because I was definitely a pleaser, right? A pleaser. Like for instance, I didn't have orgasms for years. As
Yeah,
far as I'm gonna say penile, right?
exactly.
Penile orgasm.
Mhm.
Phalange orgasms, yes. Penile, no, not until my 40s. Okay, that's not true. Let me back up. It was one particular person. That's when I got introduced. Oh, this is what it feels like to have.
Real
This is
life.
what it feels like to have a penile orgasm. It's like wow, right? And then that's in my late 30s, and then skip to 40s, and that's when it's like stuff just started clicking. And it's so crazy, y'all, because like I taught women how to please their husbands. I taught them you do this, this, that, and the other. Women who are older than me, women who've been married for years with children, they didn't know how to do all different types of stuff, and that's also going to be on our program on our show. But I was teaching them, you do this and you do that, and you're gonna make them feel like this, you're gonna make them feel like that, and you move your body like this, and it's gonna feel good too, blah 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 blah. But at that time, I was not having orgasms, but I knew how to make a man feel good. And
Yeah.
so I'm 50, I'm gonna be 50 this month, August 29th. And so yes, Brady, to answer your question, heck yeah, girl. I am the best I ever had. Sure am. But like I was saying, my okay, it's so funny because I want to be transparent, but at the same time not tell my personal relationship, that
Right
I'm
now,
in
right
right
now.
now. So but I have been told in a relationship, that's hilarious. Y'all see how I did it. That they can tell and they're just so glad that they didn't even know about reincarnation for real. But once I explained how that stuff works and I explained that was a man, they just so daggone happy about that. It's like, oh boy, she knows exactly what a man wants. Period. So it's fun. It's
So what
fun.
about you, Brady? Because that's a big thing, and putting myself on blast. That's that's the big thing. Like I've always been able to make myself orgasm, of course. I've always been the best that I've ever had, and actually had been looking for someone to make me feel like I make myself feel. You know, that's born with a penis.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so this is a thing too, because in my data collection, I got a lot of mixed responses, which was very interesting to me. And either either women that I collected data from, they would have orgasms most of the, if not every time, most of the time, or they were kind of like me, where they wouldn't really orgasm through um penile intercourse. What about you, Brady?
Yeah, I have to like use my fingers. Like I haven't. There was okay. So there was one time where I had an orgasm from a guy who just uses penis, and I fucked that shit up. My toxic ass. But anyway, his name was Kenny from Minneapolis. Y'all, he was good, and he
So
was,
shout out.
Shout
yeah,
out to
he was,
Kenny.
he like
And
shout out
let
to
me
Kenny, like
clarify
real
because I have a
sneaky,
first love that was Kenny. No, Kenny, we not talking about you.
like
Anyway,
no, Kenny from North Minneapolis. He was,
anyway.
yeah. Anyway, I fucked that up. But anyway, that was the one time I was like 20 something. That was the one time. Otherwise, yeah, I have to. I was faking it most of the time, every time, unless I used my hand, like massage my clit with my finger, or they did.
Hmm. So
That's
what do you think
interesting.
that's about? Because it took me, like I really had to go down that rabbit hole. You know what I mean? Because when I started really talking to women and they're like, most of the time or, like at least, 80%. And I was like, 80%, bitch, what? I can count how many times in my whole life. Maybe three, four, like, can I get a four? Maybe five. You know what I'm saying? In my life. And I'm like, yo, I have to be on top. Like we got to be sitting up, like it's got to be this certain position. like, or it doesn't happen. And what I dug into it deeper with was my vulnerability during sex.
Oh yeah, I
And
do
then,
not like to be vulnerable. Mm-mm.
yeah, so, now I'm a whole different person now.
Hmm.
But okay, so this is funny. This is so interesting. Let's get into it, right? So then when I deal with the vulnerability shit, right? What comes up for me? I call it being dickmatized. Like I'm like, yo, these bitches be going crazy over the dick. Okay, I can't be having all these orgasms and shit, nigga, because I don't know what I'm capable of. Like, nigga, I don't know if I'm a stalker. I don't know if I'm gonna be if we all gonna wake up dead. Like I don't know what's gonna happen if you get me to all over and constantly like that. I don't know. Cause I don't know. I don't know what I'm capable of. Like I'm scared. I'm scared of being dickmatized.
I can see. Well, that would make a lot of sense for why you wouldn't allow yourself to get to that point. That makes sense. That makes sense.
I mean,
That
now I'm
vulnerability.
looking for a partner where I can explore. Now that I done found me out and everything, you know what I'm saying? Now I ain't afraid of it. But yo, once I really dug in deep and was like, okay, I'm gonna be vulnerable. Vulnerable is
Hmm.
not weakness. I'm actually real strong. Dun, 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 dun. You know what I mean? And like coached myself and wrapped my head around that shit. Surrender, went through that process, letting go of control, all the things, all the things. Then I was like, damn, what is still the problem? And I was like, oh, bitch, don't want to be dickmatized. Mm-mm. Nope. No.
Which
That's
is like a part of control. It's like
yeah.
being scared that we give somebody this part of us and they use it
Again.
against us, like has happened so many times. It's like, for me
I'm not
anyway.
afraid that they would use it against me, though.
No, I mean, it depends on how you look at that. Like, using it against you can be so many different ways. Using it to manipulate you and doing things for them, or using it whatever you
Hmm.
know And
It's
I'm saying that's like an extreme case, like I go to in my mind,
Yeah, of
like,
course.
oh, if I let them in on my vulnerability, like then they're just gonna manipulate me with it.
mm,
Mm. For me, it
it's
feels like it's just real, for real, uncharted territory, you know? And then I had been with my ex for so long, you know what I'm saying? We know how the last 3 years, I think everybody in the world know how the last 3 years of my life been. cobwebs. So, yeah, we got coochie cobwebs. Um, you know what I'm saying? Dead ass. Um, so it's like now with this new awareness that I have and like all this exponential growth that has taken place in the last 3.5 years, like I'm willing to open that door. But
And
honey,
release control.
yeah, I want to. Like, I want to know. Like, I'm an extremist, So it's like now I know the other side. I know what holding back feels like, and then watching and conversating with people and hearing now what the total other side could be. You know what I'm saying? Right before you get to addiction. We don't want that extreme. You know what I mean? But that whole blissful state of honor and reverence and just this like sacred, sex being like this sacred sex sacred ceremony, between two vessels who really rock with each other like that, who really love each other, who really got reverence for each other, who really want to be door to motherfucking explore. You know what I'm saying? Like what little crevices you got right here, right there. Oh, your neck right here. All I gotta do is wow. You know what I'm saying? Like be able to explore that and see how now especially with all the activations I have had and my now level of sensitivity, like, like, can you just breathe on me, nigga? And I'd be like, you know what I mean? Like, I want to know.
Right.
I'm curious. So, yeah, I want to know. And I'm no longer, I'm no longer scared of me. You know what I'm saying? I'm no longer scared what I might do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I ain't know. I ain't scared about what I might do. That's been the thing. Like I never wanted to be digmatized. I'm like, nigga, am I gonna just be sprung off you? Am I gonna be like up under you all day, every day? Where you going? What you doing? Who you with? Where your phone at? You know? Because I done seen them bitches, and I wonder how they got there. And my conclusion was, them bitches got some good dick. That's what's wrong with them. These hoes done got some good dick, and they done went crazy. You know what I'm saying? I don't want it to happen to me.
That's funny. That's
I
funny.
mean, think about it, especially the
If you
men,
really,
huh?
if you really want to be submissive, it'll it'll work its way.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like
You
where I'm
know,
at now, I really want to do that. Back then, like I said, I was scared. Cause like I said, like even for the men, cause I've had really close relations with men that I wasn't intimate with, just like real guy friends for real. You know what I'm saying? And they would say the same type of shit. Like the crazy chicks, always the one with the good cootie cat. You know what I mean? And then the chicks that I knew that was going crazy over the ninjas would be like, that nigga got some good dick. You know what I mean? So that's why I was so afraid to be digmatized. Like, what y'all about to have me out here doing? Am I gonna be pulling up?
I
They be
feel
like, damn,
like
what you doing here?
I feel like if you're really using sex as like a higher spiritual elevation and using orgasming together to really elevate your lives, like the whole dictamatized situation will never even come up because it's a low vibrational state. Dictamatized, you know what I'm saying?
I just like the
I
way you say
understand.
digmatized.
Ah,
Like it's
that's
become
funny.
a phrase. Digmatized.
That's funny. I now see. I understand the
Because you're
angle that
allowing
you're saying.
something else to control you. That's a low. That's not what high frequency
Yeah,
beings
being
do.
afraid of being controlled. Hmm.
Yeah,
We're vulnerable.
No,
same
but
thing
we got to talk about it because
in
people
my
might
head.
be going through these things.
Right. Oh
Mhm.
yeah.
And why they
Absolutely.
can't come
Because
or
because
orgasm.
I don't me I don't have a problem being digmatized, but I don't have what the way that April was seeing it. I don't see it from that angle. You see what I'm saying? of being controlled and stuff like that. I see it as it's something that's just so great. It's so good. I'm excited, looking forward to it.
Mhm.
And in the moment, I want to be digmatized. Like heck yeah, I want to be digmatized
Yes,
because
that's
that's
how
like
I feel now. Yes. Like
like
I
that's
want to
a
know.
for me that's a high vibration. Like what? Yeah,
Yeah.
but I don't have any negative with it. You see, so my angle is different.
Yeah, no, that's completely valid as well. I'm just thinking of it as a perspective of you're letting an outside frequency control your inside. That's low vibrational to me.
Mm-hmm.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're
Mm-hmm.
saying.
Mm.
But it's all about perspective. That's see,
It is exactly.
all about perspective,
Yeah, it's
you
totally
know.
about
And I'm sure there's women out there thriving after being digmatized. Like they are digmatized, they are thriving, and
Look, they go and work hard. That's what I feel like it's gonna do for me. Cause like I'm already ambitious. And then imagine getting some good ass, and I'm the type
that just
to
pushes that drive even more, you know?
yes. And I'm the type, this might sound sick to people, but this is just who I am. You know what I'm saying? I'm me. I like to miss you sometime. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So it's
yeah.
like go ahead, put it on me, and then I'm gonna go work hard for like 3 days and I'll be back. you know?
Right.
And then we're gonna get it in all day, and then I'm gonna leave again for 3 days until or
Right.
maybe
It's a
even a
long.
week.
You want to have that longing.
mm. And like, I don't know, it's like a build up. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Hmm.
And then
Yeah.
too, I'm one of those people, it might sound weird, but I've been this way too for as long as I've been having sex. I'm a moody sex person. It
Explain.
might be it might be where it's like, I don't know, it's like a couple of weeks where I'm just like, you know what I
That
mean?
you don't
Like
you don't
I'm
want to do
good.
anything.
Huh?
Okay. That you don't want to do anything.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm okay. I'm not interested. And then I go through the total opposite where I'm like a horn dog for like a whole week. I want it all day, every day. What you doing? Come on over.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? But I go through like spells like that. Hmm.
I think that's normal. I mean, everybody's time period is going to be different, but I believe that's normal. You know, everybody's not going. There's people who are going to want it 24/7, right? You got those, but then you got. I'm gonna say, in my opinion, the average. You're gonna go through your roller coaster, but like, I don't feel like it. You know, I'm good. I'm straight. I'm comfortable. I'm fine. I don't need anything. And then it could be the next day, like, oh my god, I want it now. You know.
Yeah. Whereas like I'm content. Like I'm good for now. Thank you. No, thank you.
Right. Right. Now that's funny you say that. Because of me being such a giver, especially in that area,
You'll do it anyway.
I'll do it anyway.
Mm.
I'll do
I
it
think
anyway.
most women do.
Yeah, I'll do it anyway because I'm not one of those. Oh, I have a headache. No, that ain't me. I'm not. I have no problem, especially when you're in a stable, loving relationship. Now, if I'm in a toxic relationship, better not touch. Don't you touch me? You know what I'm saying? Oh, don't touch me. Okay, so okay, you know how some people like anger sex. I don't like that. I do not like anger sex at all. Like if
That's a
because
good topic.
yes, I don't like that. I don't want to be until this thing is resolved and I feel better. I don't want to be touched at all. So of course there's been times where I have, but this is the thing. I'm glad I brought this up because I wanted to put this out there. So in the comments, please make comments on this. Otherwise, I'm getting ready to talk about. It is a trip how you can be in love in a good space with your man, happy as heck, have sex, the bomb through the roof, you going crazy. You can be mad as hell at him because he didn't hurt your feelings or whatever. Y'all going through y'all issue, whatever it is. Y'all can have the exact same sex and it will feel like garbage.
Mm.
Because it'll feel like crap, trash, like ugh. Like it'll be like during the sex you seeing like like that. And it's because and for us females, we're because of how our emotions are, you know, it's like it cuts off. It's like there's a cutoff. There's a switch that's turned off, and it's like for I can't speak for every woman, but I
Mm.
know for I feel like the majority of us, there's a switch. It'll cut off, and it could be the exact same sex, and you'd be like, ugh, hurry up and finish, get the freak off of me. Yeah, I'm not saying it out loud, but I will say that, and this is past relationships. Uh, um, but just to be like, ugh, just and doing it because it's like you feel like it's a duty. Okay, I'm doing it because it's my duty to do this. So
That's
I,
another layer. It's my duty to do this. Is it? Is it? Anyway.
right, that's how I felt back then. So I'm saying that's the past stuff. That's the past stuff. Um, um, I haven't even in my current. I haven't even had nothing like that. It's been all good, so it hasn't been that at all. I would say literally it's been like only one time, and it was because I just wasn't feeling well, and that's it. Out of the whole time, it's only been one time that I didn't because it's like I just wasn't feeling well, and that's it. That's the only reason. So I progressed drastically throughout, me getting older and stuff like that. But yeah, so where I am now, because I care about myself and how I feel, I don't have that situation. But hypothetically, if I did have that situation like before where I'm angry and mad, I'm not gonna have sex. I'm not gonna do it until this thing is resolved, because it's like you can't stab me in my back. The knife is still there, and then think you're gonna have sex with me. I'm
Mm.
supposed to sit there with the knife in my back
Um,
and have sex. No, I'm not doing that.
Angry sex, Brady K.
Yeah,
I've
you
had
go.
sex with I've had sex with knives in my back so many times. It's ridiculous. Like angry sex that just like felt like rape. Um, you know, just because I also had that mentality where like I'm a woman, like he's a man, and I want to please him, so that's what I'm supposed to do. So just lay here and be quiet and act like you like it. Otherwise he's gonna leave you and you're just gonna be a lonely piece of shit. Like those are the things I told myself, and it's like so ridiculous.
Yeah,
Like the me now looking back at that, I'm like, how? Why would I ever think that way? But it's real when you're in that low confidence state
right,
and looking for a man, because you're raised that you need to, you know, like because thank God I had my mom telling me, you know, um, get a job first, live your life first. But then like I had my dad being like, oh, find a good Mormon man to marry. I know you're gonna go to Utah and find a good man. And when I moved to New York, he's like, oh, I know you're gonna go out to New York and find a good man. He always was like pushing that I should get married and have a man, and that's my validation. So I put
So,
myself through a lot of situations that I shouldn't have because of that
right,
thinking.
right.
so with the angry sex, like let's give a hypothetical, right? So like you're with a guy, you and him just get into an argument, and then there's no resolve, but then y'all go and have sex. Have you done that before?
Yes, in my past, plenty of
I had
times.
a situation where I had just found out that he had lied to me. I was like living with a girl who he had a kid with, lied to me about it. And his friend told me and was like, because uh, and I ended up like, fucking around with his friend. And he found out about it. And then called himself like getting mad at me, and I'm like, well, you fucking did tell me about living with a whole girl and having like that you had a baby. Like, why did you just tell me that? Oh, you and your baby mama are still cool, but like, oh, what? Like, you can't just be a man and tell me you still because like you think I'm not gonna fuck you if you live with a girl or whatever. Anyway, which I probably wouldn't have. So yeah, I see why he lied to me. But anyway, we had like a little argument about that situation because, I came out and told him like, hey, I found out you lived with your baby mom and I fucked around with your friend because I was mad.
Right. Revenge.
And and he like we met up later that day and he like tried to fake yell at me and we were in the back room having sex like a couple hours later.
And how'd you feel about that? Were you happy with it? What was your emotion? Did you like that you were? You didn't? Mixed it?
Yeah, like when we had sex, I was like, oh, okay, so he forgives me, everything's good now. But then, like when we parted ways, he didn't, didn't kiss me like he usually had done, and so I knew everything was different.
Okay. Okay.
And I'm not saying like we kiss on the mouth all passionately, or anything. Like no, we would like hug and kiss each other like cheek to cheek. But
Right.
he wasn't even letting me anywhere near his face with like, oh, you sucked other dicks. Oh, get away from me.
Right. Right. Right.
And
Right.
I'm like, it doesn't even really count. It was really small.
It don't
Whatever.
count.
Whatever. That situationship never was a relationship. It was always a situationship. What lasted like 10 years.
Wow.
Mm. Was it off and on for 10 years?
Yeah.
Mm.
Basically just whenever he felt like doing whatever he wanted to with me, I let him.
I see. I see. I understand.
And he would like
That
ask me for money, I'd give him money, I'd buy him stuff and whatever.
right. That was in your not loving yourself yet state.
Yeah. And
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh well, if this guy loves me because he's so handsome and he's like like um, whatever. Not even that. Anyway, I was in a delusional world.
Plenty of us women have been. plenty, plenty of us. That's another reason why we are starting our show.
Yeah, and why this show is so
Yeah.
important, and especially for
Yeah.
those strong-headed women, who are like us, and in those times we're in denial about where the fuck they are. And anytime this shit starts feeling familiar, and you hear us say, "Oh yeah, that's where I
Oh yeah.
was, and that's where you are now," it's a problem. I'm
Right.
I
just
was in denial
saying.
for a long time. Even my family members were telling me, like, Brady, what the fuck are you doing with this guy? Like, why is he a friend? And I just was like, oh no, in my head, I never told anybody this, but I was like, if I stay loyal to him, he will eventually come around and be with me and only me, and I love, blah, blah.
Right. Right.
And
What
yeah,
so many women have done, been there. You're not the only one, as we
yeah,
know. Um, it's important that women know that other women are going through this and have overcome it, and they're going to need to hear that and have to give them enough confidence to realize that they're important, that they're enough, and how they can get through it and get to the other side.
yeah,
Um,
because I don't want it to get to like for me, it got to the point where I didn't snap out of it until I was physically abused.
Mhm.
And
right,
then I finally snapped out of it like, oh wait, I'm in fucking delusional world and I need to get out,
right,
and because I was a giver for so long and it had become like an expectation, it was like I had to just rip the band-aid off.
Mhm.
There was no like slow release or like, like I had to just like walk away. So yeah. But I
I'm glad.
don't want other girls to have to go through that. So it's like, if you see yourself like belittling yourself for what you think is the love of another man, like you deserve more than that.
Exactly. And you
Everyone.
said you said something very huge. You said you were with him for 10 years. A lot of us, we feel like I've invested all this time and it better end up working out for me, and people stay in because of all the time invested. And they don't want to feel like they wasted all their time, so they continuously stay in situations that are not for them, that are not good for them because of the time. And you say how you have to rip the band-aid off. It's so important. It's so important to look at it as, and this is for the audience because I know you already know this. It's so important to look at it as, why should I continue to waste time? You know what I'm saying? Don't let, just because you put all this time in, stop you from getting out of the situation. Don't keep prolonging it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's okay to let it go so you can do something better for yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially with women who always feel like it's too late or I'm too old to make this change or blah. Blah. Get that shit out your head. You are today
I
years
know that's
old.
right.
You
You
are
right,
today years old. Fuck
exactly. And look,
out of here.
And
April,
I mean, it fits different for everybody though. Like, yeah, we can say this, like, but you don't know what that certain phrase is for anybody that's going to be like that switch. That's like, oh shit, that's, yeah, I see it now. Like, that's gonna, transition them from being in the shit to being an observer of the shit. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm, right. And
So, yeah, all of these different, all of our different viewpoints on this is really crucial.
exactly. Now, what April was saying as far as age, just to give y'all a wonderful perspective of, it's never, you're never too old. I went some years ago, y'all, to a wedding that was so loving and so sweet, and the couple, they were in their 90s, y'all. It was so adorable. It was so cute.
Yeah, it's
They had
never too late.
time. You said what?
But yeah, it's never too late.
Right. It was so beautiful. So yeah, it's never too late. Never, never, never too late to be happy.
So I also wanted to ask you about your experience real quick before we get into, okay, just real quick. With the angry sex thing. Because you
Okay,
said
yes.
that it had happened to you. And so why and what were you feeling during the time that you did that?
So why I was saying, why did I have sex when
Angry
I was angry?
sex, yeah.
Yeah, because at the time I felt like it was more so of a duty at the time. I felt like that. Like, not saying I never uh just did not have sex. You're muted, Brady.
I said, do you feel like that came from programming? That
Yes,
feeling?
programming. Yes, totally for me, totally from religion and programming. You know what, the man is the head of the household. What he says goes. Now, of course, I did buck a
In
lot.
Patreon. Oh.
Yeah, yeah, right, exactly. The patriarch. And so, and wives, submit unto your husbands. You know, scriptures and stuff. So I did submit a lot of times when I didn't want to, because of that indoctrination. And let's say things, and let's also say like things weren't going good at the time, and so you wanted to have a type of peace in the chaos, so you went ahead and just did it, even
Mm.
though you didn't want to, and didn't like it at the time because of being upset or hurt. Does that answer your question?
Definitely. I'm just getting different perspectives because I was never, and I mean never, like I didn't understand it. Like I was a prude in that way. Like how people have angry sex. Like what the fuck's wrong with y'all? Like don't touch me.
Right.
We shouldn't even be going to sleep when anything's wrong. Like we should be nothing when anything's between us. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But as I said, like you got to be careful what you putting out there when you wondering why people do certain things that they do. Because every time I've always wondered, like how bitches be fucking, or you watch these movies. Oh, like that shit back a while ago, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. That angry sex shit. I think they made that shit popular. They made it look good. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that could also be propaganda because okay, so yeah, they want us to have angry sex, so we're putting out this massive ball of low energy to pro- provide them with more energy. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
because this low, yeah, even though anger is like a low density energy, it has a power. Like, just because you're saying it's a low vibration energy does not mean like it has any less power. It's um, like dense, compacted energy that makes it low. Do you know what I'm saying?
I think it's
So,
how you
and
use it, which makes anger.
yeah,
Because it's a great
so
fuel.
yes, that's why they fuel off anger. And when I say they, I'm talking about the entities that control media to manipulate it, to manipulate our emotions. And um,
create
anyway,
illusion.
that's like a whole other.
I know, right? So they can create illusion. I'm right there with you.
Because I totally believe that media is because it's like they put movies out like Mr. and Mrs. Smith to portray the angry sex being cool.
Right.
Because the more we're in low vibration, the more they can suck us for our energy. But
Yeah.
anyway,
So I just wondered that because I feel like that's a great question. So anyway, it had never happened to me because I wasn't going right. And then so in this last dynamic I had when I had a lover and everything, I had the angry sex and I liked it. I
Right. It
was
has to do with
so
perspective.
I
Did
was
you feel
so
in control?
shocked. Huh?
Did you feel like how did you explain how you felt? Was it like let me not give any suggestions.
It
Explain.
happened twice, okay? And I can say that it was some lower vibrational shit because I was angry, but at the same like, oh, how do you describe? Because it was a lot going on inside of my vessel, right? Because I was angry and I wanted to take it out on him, but I also didn't want him angry with me, but I wanted him to take it out on me. Make sense?
what? No,
Yeah, I wanted him to take it out on me.
I'm confused.
Like, I don't know. I just wanted to be pounced on. Like, like I wanted him. I don't, we were both real aggressive in the moment. We can't hit each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what I really felt like. I can't hit your ass. You can't hit me. But I want you to feel this. And
Right.
I wanted to feel, what he was giving too, but I didn't want to be punched on.
It was a way of releasing the anger.
Right. So it was a lot going on. And then when we had sex, oh my God, I was like, oh, it was a rush. It was, oh, I'm tingly right now. I don't even like them.
So like Mr. and Mrs. Smith kind of stuff.
It was. I'm not gonna lie. Like I enjoyed it, and he was all rough, and I enjoyed it, and I was like rough with him, and oh, like I think I might even growled at his ass, like, like my beast was definitely active. Okay, and then um, the second time was actually kind of sad on my end when I think about it because I had felt him be angry before, but not in this kind of way. Like in a way that, let me describe, in a way that he seen me as like, not pathetic, but
Less than.
hmm,
less than,
Yeah, but
beneath him.
yeah. And beneath myself, and I didn't want him to feel that way. So maybe I felt like I had something to prove.
Uh,
Yeah, like I felt like I had something to prove. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to put myself back there in those moments. Mm. I just remember feeling a little sad, and then and not even like really. I was like kind of angry because he was angry, and then like how you think of me like that? But it was sad because I mean it was my man at the time, but it was sad because like girl, hey, you gonna give up some coochie just cause what? Like, and this gonna make him feel better about you because you giving up some coochie.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I lived in that programming for a long time.
Yeah, but you know, that's what I'm saying. Like, I never, like I said, because I was approved like that. Like, don't touch me, don't. And then I had one of those crazy exes too that was like, "Oh, you sexy when you mad," type, you know,
Uh,
and would like be all over me, like even when I'm
provoke
yelling.
you to get you mad. Yeah.
Yes, and
And
I'd
then,
be like,
and
"What
then
the
like
fuck is
laugh.
wrong with you?" Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had already been in that type of dynamic. So in this situation where I had sex a couple of times with that other lover, that it was the same lover those couple of times while we were mad. And like I said, the first time was amazing. I was like, oh, the second time, like, you know, I just felt real low. I felt so low that afterwards I was like, oh, is this how a prostitute feels? You know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
Type situation. But a low grade prostitute though.
Prostitutes probably don't feel like that because they're,
No, I didn't deal with a few prostitutes.
you know,
I done
because
dealt with all kinds.
I guess um, I mean, I've had sex for money before and I didn't look at it like that.
Right. I think we all have, to be real.
Mm,
Yeah.
I
interesting.
mean, just to be real. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially those bitches that have sex after a dinner. I mean, you just met the nigga, you had sex. I mean, you had sex for money. You paid for your meal, you fucked him. I mean, you know what I mean? If we want to be that petty.
Right.
That's funny. That's funny you say that, April. Because okay, I'm being a little piece of transparent. My mother was, and this is nothing negative towards her, but she was a goody goody. Like she was a good girl, right? So she trained me big time in a good girl area, even though I had sex early and stuff like that. But I told her, this is in my past, everyone. I told her, I was like, mom, you made me so goody goody. I could have been caked, I could have been taken care of and not have to do anything and all these different things, and I was frustrated during back in the day, because I was like, I can have where a man taking care of me. I want to worry about anything, blah blah blah. I said, but because of the way you train me, I've never done any of that. And so I went through a time period where I was mad that I didn't do that. I didn't go through that what y'all talking about. And I used to get mad at her about it. Like, you trained me to be too goody goody in that area.
I don't
So
know. I feel so. I know Brady got to depart soon,
yeah,
but just I think maybe that'll be a to be continued discussion with the whole sex
you're
and money.
muted, Brady. You're muted,
You
Brady.
on mute, Brady.
I'm like, you know, in awe how we could probably talk about this for like a few more hours.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh shit. It's like I had a bunch of questions prepared just in case we could, and you don't even need it. You're like, it's just been so
No, but
Okay.
maybe that is a discussion
full
for
of
next time.
information.
But it's like, what's wrong with it? You know, and let the extrovert say it. Yeah. But what is wrong with that? What is wrong with a man providing and for you expecting him to provide?
Nothing is wrong with that at all.
I think
Nothing.
it's just right now it's so popularized because the way that they have, uh, put sex in a cup with a lid and selling it every damn where. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That it's been put in such a low vibrational way, but I mean, it's not against nature. I mean, the men
Be the
gives,
provider.
we receive. The man is
Right.
the enforcer, the force of creation. We are creation. So, I mean, to me, it only makes sense,
From her
So
angle
I don't
was
get it.
nothing. From my
Okay.
mom's angle, it was like only my husband's supposed to be like that. You understand? I mean, she probably even realized this is what how she was training me. But the mindset, remember, I'm coming out of extreme occult, not occult, sorry. My the religion I came from, occult, right? I'm coming out of that extreme indoctrination of mess. So it was more
No, but this
so,
is a thing nowadays because this is a very popular discussion with all this independent bullshit, all this independent women shit. You don't need a
yeah,
man, and then
yeah,
men feeling used. You know what I'm saying? Like you shouldn't be taking on her date and paying for it. Y'all should split the check down the middle, or she should pay for a
But
dinner every once in a while. Right?
yeah, that's not for me. That part is, I know people like that, but it's
all
not for me.
divide and conquer tactics
Yeah,
to get us
exactly.
away from ourselves, to get us away from unifying as divine masculine and divine feminine in really harnessing our true power. They know how great we will be as these spiritual vessels that we are, and they're afraid of it. Period.
Yeah.
And I always am going to say they because you can't really say who it is because you get fucking blocked anyway.
I don't operate in that energy. I don't care. But anyway, we're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna do a part two of this and carry on because I feel like this subject is
Yeah.
controversial and we need to talk about it. Okay, we
I
need to
agree.
pop pop.
Yes.
I
We need to
totally
pop
agree.
our shit about it. All right. So go ahead, Janita, and send us out with a message.
Okay. So, um, be authentically who you be.
Mm.
Be you. Don't stop being what you feel others feel like you should be. It's important to be who you really are. It's important to love yourself, and the love that you're looking for is already inside of you.
Yes.
Go ahead, Brady. Send us
Beautiful.
out, babe.
Um, what popped in my mind just now is the coherency card that I pulled earlier for the You Thrive Vortex, and about how the coherency of our heart and our mind is very important. And we are all being called right now to really look at ourselves and the balance between what our heart is saying we need to do and what our programmed mind is telling us. And we know that cognitive dissonance is there. Like, we know there's bullshit going on that is like, okay, that's not right, but I'm supposed to do this, but I feel like I need to do this. And it's like, you know, um, really just, yeah, getting to know yourself. And
Mm.
when you get to know yourself, you can show up every day as your authentic self, and not be afraid to be alone with yourself, not be afraid to really talk to yourself.
Well, y'all heard it here first, honey. We want to thank y'all so much for tuning in. We had such a good time. Okay. I don't know. We're going to look. I mean, I was just making a guest appearance and everything, but I feel at home. I'm like, shit, I needed this. I don't know. I might have to make a
Yeah.
couple of more guest appearances and maybe we could have a wine night or something. You know what I'm saying? Where we really pop that shit.
Yes,
And look,
yes,
and
definitely.
then Nita don't drink, so who knows what we're gonna get up out of her ass, okay?
Yeah, I'm a new drinker.
She a lightweight. So I kind of
But
feel
I have to get
like,
some of those mushroom spirits for you. Yeah, they're
ooh,
made out of like reishi and lion's mane and stuff, and it's like supposed to have like a euphoric feeling when you drink it.
I still like the
Um,
wine. It's healthy.
it,
We can get us some red wine. Look, Lucifer is coming out of me right now.
it
We got
depends on
Lilith
where
over
the wine
here.
is from.
We got Lilith over here, Lucifer over here. They all say, do it.
Yes.
Woo. All right. Thank y'all again for tuning in. We had such a beautiful time. Leave some questions, comments, topics, what y'all want to hear about, how y'all felt, how y'all related, and
yeah.
like, share, subscribe, all of that, all the social media things. Do it. Okay. We love y'all so much. Peace, love, and bliss. Remember through your heart boost. Peace.